I mean, not to backtrack too much, but I think it's interesting on how you were able to take that anger for that the first album. You got it all out, but you still produced something that was worthwhile, and then you grew. So you were able to look at what, I don't know. I don't think emotionally harm would be the right way, but at least
it's pretty close.
Yeah, some kind of therapeutic release that just happened to turn into this wonderful, beautiful thing that now you're doing.
I call it pain on paper. You have to let it out. You really do. And especially when it comes to abuse and trauma, you can't be afraid of it. You can't let it beat you. So that's one of the things that, I talk to people who write me that say, I was in an abusive relationship, or I am in an abusive relationship, or, anything that relates. And sometimes they talk about illnesses because of my illness before when I was paralyzed in 2018. And, you just have to keep a level head about it.
Yeah.
And know I can talk about it and not let it rule me.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, there was a message at church yesterday that was talking about forgiveness. And people are like, can you forgive and actually forget? And actually, no, you can't. And you shouldn't, because that's your path. That's what created you. That's what led you down your road. If it wasn't for my abusive ex-husband, then I 100% would not have a music career. I know that. I mean, I probably may have stumbled across it one day, but not with a purpose. I would have been like, what am I going to write about? But instead, it was very, very pinholed, strategic, and it was all about saving yourself.
Yeah.
And it was you're right, it was very cathartic to write. At the same time, I know and I've heard that it helps other people get through tough times. And it's a really cool feeling. And then I wrote my very first song about God. Like, actually, like, this is for you, God, kind of thing. About asking God for help. And whatever entity you want to believe in, it doesn't have to be God. I'm not saying anything crazy or religious. Just for me, it's God. And it didn't always used to be that way. I've always believed in God, but never, like, strongly to where you'd be, like, putting a gun in my head and saying, is God real? I'd be like, no, I don't know. But now it's like, just kill me then. Go ahead. I'm going to go right there. Like, I know where I'm going. So it's a really comforting feeling that when I was paralyzed, I was given a message by my son, actually, that they had fortune cookies, and they had these fortune cookies, and my son freaked out and was like, Mommy, this is Mommy's fortune. So my mom and my kids come to I always called it my hotel room, by the way. Came to my hospital room and tried to give me this cookie, and I was keto at the time, so I was not touching anything bread, cookie, starchy, nothing. Like, get it away from me. What are you doing? Like, don't even offer. But my mom was like, for God's sakes, eat this fortune cookie. And it said, the world will soon be ready for your many talents. And it basically told me to be patient, and this is part of God's plan, and that there is a bigger purpose to this. And I started looking for it. And I was influenced to go live with my recovery, which changed my whole life and the trajectory of my fan base, and that people started really seeing my story and following it actually as a human being instead of just my music. Because I am a person on top of it all. It's not just my music. Yes, I can do that. That's great. But the fact that they saw me for me was a really cool aspect of it. I just always wanted to stay real. Never wanted to be just fake, only good stuff. I cried on scene. I cried on camera. I cried. I pushed through, physical therapy appointments, everything you can think of.